Captain Chip Sheehan with Chip's Ahoy Charters. We just redid my 27-foot conch. I'm going to show you how to install Tigress Outriggers. First thing we had to do is we had to cut our canvas. I like to leave a little bit overlay, slide the base through. I took a small pick and picked through where the holes were, and then I just took a little bit bigger screwdriver and went right back through. When we redid this 27-foot conch and I had this T-top built, we had it set up already with the holes cut in the aluminum. Now, if you have a hard top that's out of fiberglass, a lot of boats, you have to drill your hole and make your own holes. But when we had this built, we knew we were going to put Tigress Outriggers on it. We just had to cut out the fabric, and the holes for the bolts were already drilled out. Now we're going to go ahead and install the XD crank mount. Should slide right through that hole nice and easily, and then we're going to put our bolts through and show you how we do it using some nylon washers and 5/16 bolts. All right. Okay, we got our hardware here. We're going to put a washer on the top side. I'm going to put my nuts on the bottom. On the bottom, we're going to slide on a nylon washer, then we're going to put a metal washer, then we're going to put our nut. We have a outrigger installed. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten these nuts up. We've got the base in. We've got our nylon washers on. And snug everything up. Now we're just going to install this collar, put the handle on, button everything up. Make sure you put it on the right side, because otherwise there's a groove here. This top piece of the collar goes right in to cover your gears. And once that rubber fits in that groove, you can see the screws line up perfectly. Now we're going to put the handle on. Tigress comes with an Allen key in the box. Handle should be good to go. Other than the hardware, everything comes in the box that you need. Comes with an Allen key. Everything's pretty much self-explanatory and very easy to put together. The reason why we like to use the crank mounts is because we have a fixed bridge here in Boynton Beach. So when we're getting ready to go out the inlet, all you have to do is lower your outrigger by spinning this crank. When you get it low into the position you want, just pull the handle and spin it out when you want to go fishing, and it's just very easy to use. These are 18 feet carbon fiber riggers. These are black on black. You can get them in black and silver. These things are as light as a feather, but yet they're super strong. And we're going to go ahead and rig them up on our XD crank mount outriggers. We want to make these riggers even. We're rigging the starboard side, so we swung it in the same position. We want to get it the exact same height, because we like to rig them where they're fishing, because that's what matters to us the most. So when you stop to go fishing, you know they're going to be exactly where you rigged them. We're rigging these, I like to rig them in fishing position first, because that's what matters to me the most, and so we got to keep them tight. I like to be able to walk underneath the rigger. Some people mount them to their gunnels. I like using the halyard. From crimps to swivels, screws, everything you need comes in this kit. So we're going to take the crimps out, and we're going to go ahead and start rigging this outrigger. I like to use a little bit of heat shrink to cover up the crimp so the line doesn't catch on it. The first thing we're going to do is slide on the stopper. This is your tensioner on your clip, and you want to make sure the tensioner of the clip, which this tightens and loosens your clip, goes towards the tip of the outrigger. So when your outrigger opens, you want it to open this way. So your line's running through here. I like to use the heat shrink. So first the stopper, then the heat shrink, then your crimp. Now we got our clip put on. When everything's all said and done, we're going to slide our heat shrink over our crimp. It's going to end up looking like that. Everything's heat shrunk and there's no crimp showing at all. We're going to install our halyard lock. This side you can kind of play with till you get it to where you want it. So what I do is I got my heat shrink already on there. I know where that's going to go. And then you can kind of use this as a pulley to where you want it. And then once you get it where you want it set, how you're going to rig it. And then you can kind of use this as a balancing tool and then get it set and crimp it down permanently. The beauty of these portable cam cleats is you can mount these anywhere you want. You just tighten that up. This is why we use the rope. Now we have everything adjusted. We still have this crimp where I showed you. All you have to do is pull that tight, crimp that down, cut this tag in, get a lighter or a heat gun, and hit your heat shrink, and you're pretty much ready to go fishing. The halyard locks, just so you know, that's for when you run your rigger out there and you want it to stop and not fall back. You just pull this trigger here, the cam lock, that locks that right in there, so where your rigger won't be sliding back down from the pressure of the rod or the pressure of the lure, which is a really nice feature that comes in the Pro Kit. There's a crank here, and the reason for that is it raises the rigger up and down. We have a fixed bridge here where we fish out of the Boynton Beach. So when we get ready to go out the inlet, because we keep our riggers a little higher, we want to lower them for the bridge or the tide's really high. All you have to do is start spinning. You can see the rigger start to fall above me here. Get it low enough to go under the bridge so you can crank it back up. You know, it's just very, very nice feature that they offer. Very easy. Now we got the Outriggers rigged. If you're out in the ocean fishing and you're done, all we do is just swing our Outriggers back, nice and smooth, lock it in the lock position. And the reason why I like using the rope, but you can do it with bungees also, you just find a comfortable spot where you want to tie this off, maybe take a couple of wraps. And we're ready to go home. I'm Captain Chip Sheehan from Chip's Ahoy Charters. Thank you for tuning in. This is my mate Tigger, and hopefully you learned how to rig a rigger.